93 Boxing, back with a quick video. I want to talk about Andre Ward versus Sergey Kovalev rematch. Now obviously, I picked Andre Ward to win the first fight. And it was a really close fight. I don't mind either way it goes. I personally gave it to Kovalev. But I can see why people would think Andre Ward won. Initially, I thought Andre Ward won. Like, I had it for Andre Ward initially, but then I had it for Kovalev later on. But I feel like in the rematch, I did lean towards Andre Ward, only slightly. Sometimes I do flip-flop. I'll make a prediction video later on. Not today. More close to the fight. Before that, I'll make a keys to victory. But this fight's about that advantage and disadvantage for the rematch. Like, what are the changes in the rematch mentally going into the rematch from the first fight? From the first fight, we know that Sergey Kovalev did drop Andre Ward and hurt him. And Andre Ward didn't get hurt a lot, like to a great extent, but he did get hurt. So, in a way, Kovalev can really give himself confidence that he can hurt Andre Ward. He says that he overtrained, which I think is bullshit. And I personally think that he didn't overtrain. He just wasn't conditioned enough, and Andre Ward threw loads of body shots to tire him out. Now, I personally think Sergey Kovalev will probably train his conditioning a lot better. He would, because he did get tired. Andre Ward was hitting with some body shots, so he will probably prepare more for that. Sergey Kovalev knows he has the faster feet, so he'll probably try to use the footwork. And yeah, he just knows what things gave Andre Ward advantage in the fight against Kovalev. The fact that Kovalev was getting tired, the fact that Kovalev didn't have a really good inside game plan, so inside fighting ability. But I personally think that Andre Ward will be the one that has a better advantage in the second fight. Simply because I know Kovalev has some advantages. He knows what Andre Ward is like a bit more. But I feel like Andre Ward also knows what Kovalev is like a bit more. And I feel like Andre Ward is more of an adjustment-making fighter. During the second half, he kind of figured Andre Ward out a little bit more. And I feel like Andre Ward, obviously he adjusted to that. And I don't think Kovalev's going to be too much of a different fighter. Yeah, I think he'll throw more punches. Yeah, he'll probably throw more jabs to try to set up more knockout shots. More power shots, rather. He'll try set up... Yeah, and also he try to be like more conditioned. Might use his footwork more so Ward can't get on the inside much. He was using his left jab to kind of distract, it was a bit dirty what he was doing, Kovalev, with that, but hey, he might need to do that more. He'll be more conditioned, but I feel like that's all he's going to do. He'll just be more conditioned and do more of what he did. Andre Ward is more dynamic fighter, if that makes sense. He can do more things than Kovalev. Kovalev is a longer range fighter with good power, good jab, and good footwork. And he's got pretty good timing. He's got pretty good accuracy. But that's it, really. I personally think Andre Ward, he figured out Kovalev, right? Kovalev's not going to be too much more different, but Andre Ward can be. He's the adjustment-making fighter. In this fight also, Andre Ward went against Kovalev in the first fight, who was a big puncher. And no matter how much of the hype you try not to buy into it, going up against a guy who has so much hype, like with power, there will be something in your mind. I don't care what people say, unless you don't understand English, so you don't understand any of the thing that people are saying about this guy, that Kovalev's a huge puncher. Other than that, I'm fairly sure you thought, this guy might be a big puncher. He was a bit cautious. Mentally, surely he was a bit cautious. I think he was. I mean, yeah. But now, obviously he's going to be cautious. But he's going to be more confident, knowing that if he gets dropped, he can get back up. When he wants to taste that power, look, here's the thing, right? When Danny Garcia got caught with Keith Thurman's shots, he didn't. I bet he didn't think of anything of Keith Thurman's power, but it was surprising initially, right? Later on, what happened throughout the fight? He got caught with some big shots, but nothing really happened to him in like 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all of those rounds, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All of those rounds, he got caught with some big shots. Nothing really happened to him because he got used to it. I feel like Andre Ward got used to it in the first fight. He kind of felt Kovalev's power. Now he kind of got used to it. Obviously, in the first couple rounds, he'll warm up a little bit, so he can still get dropped. He can still get dropped any part of the fight, but he's now more confident. Confidence do play a mind. If a person is nervous when they get hit, they're more likely to go down. They'll panic under pressure. They're more likely to go down. But when they're confident, they're less likely to go down. That's not to say they can't go down, but they're less likely. And if they go down, they'll probably be more confident getting back up. Confidence is important. Mindset is very important. And I feel like Andre Ward, being with Kovalev, who's this crazy guy, and Andre Ward knows that he can get the better of Kovalev. He did at the later half of the fight. Andre Ward also knows that Kovalev's not that good of an inside fighter, and he knows that Kovalev can get tired. Andre Ward knows he has some advantages over Kovalev. And Andre was actually physically very strong when it comes to muscling people around. He's pretty good at doing that. He knows that he has certain things above Kovalev, and Kovalev got frustrated, in my opinion. Kovalev has never fought anyone like Andre Ward, who's so crafting cagey. So all these advantages that Andre Ward has, he established in the first fight. And he knows he can adjust to Sergey Kovalev. He knows he was getting the better of Sergey Kovalev in certain parts of the fight. I feel like Andre Ward, as I said, is an adjustment-making fighter. He'll continue on the adjustments that he made from the previous fight. And keep in mind this, right? Because Andre Ward's the better adjustment-making fighter, a person that makes adjustments is able to observe his opponents better in the ring. I'll say that again. A person who's able to make adjustments. Everyone can make adjustments to a certain extent, but people that make great adjustments in the ring, like Andre Ward, they're able to... Part of adjusting the opponent is understanding what your opponent is like and looking at the little things that your opponent does. And I feel that Andre Ward's probably observed Sergey Kovalev more than Sergey Kovalev has observed Andre Ward. Ward is going to take that into... Because if you don't observe your opponent, how are you going to adjust, right? That's the thing. If now Andre Ward has taken that into his camp, and he's probably worked on it. Sergey Kovalev, I'm fairly sure, has probably worked on a few things as well. But I feel like Andre Ward, as I said, he's observed more on Sergey Kovalev. Therefore, he's able to train for Sergey Kovalev more accurately in the camp. I feel like all this gives him more advantage. He's more confident taking these shots. He's probably not going to be as nervous. And I feel like he's a lot more confident. He says the previous camp was... there was a lot of hiccups in the camp. And he's like confident, like, oh, there was loads of hiccups and I still beat him. Obviously, he feels like he beat Kovalev. So he feels like... The way he's saying it, oh, I beat him even when the camp didn't go too well. And this time watch what I'm going to do. I'm kind of paraphrasing. This is what he's trying to tell us. So, yeah, man. I think this would be a good fight. I think Andre Ward does have the upper hand going into the rematch. And, yeah, he's also more acclimated to the weight against the big puncher. Keep that in mind. I mean, I know Andre Ward had a fight or two before the Kovalev fight at 175. But he was still, like, never really tasted a big puncher at 175. But now he has. Going to Kovalev rematch again, knowing that he's already been against a puncher at 175. And it's Kovalev himself. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to subscribe. Do comment down below what you think. Don't forget to like the video. Do share it. 93 Boxing. I'll be back with more videos soon.